Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Of course, my name is Blitzwinger, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back to another LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham update. My googly moogly, we are just days away from the release date. I'm recording this on November 8th. Of course, the game comes out on the 11th, so we are literally just a hair's away from the release date. I cannot wait to get my hands and play the game, but in the meantime, let us discuss some more character reveals. So we will kick things off with the one, the only Ambush Bug. He looks awesome, looking pretty stylish, of course, looking quite cool indeed. A bit of a surprising character. At first, a lot of people were saying that he's Killer Moth, but the antennas looked a little bit weird to me, so I didn't think that it was Killer Moth, but I also wasn't sure who he was. So with that in mind, I would say that it's pretty cool to see Ambush Bug here. I remember having a HeroClix figurine of this guy back when I played HeroClix actively, and he had a pretty cool HeroClix figure where he was kind of like reading a newspaper and then he had like a burnt through hole. It was really neat, and I don't know why I'm saying that, but yeah. Nonetheless, of course, let's move on to the next reveal, and this is actually a reveal that I forgot to edit into the last update, so I do apologize about that, but this was the reveal of course, the one and only Composite Batman, or Composite Superman, sorry. That's what they call him officially, but I'm still gonna call him Superbat because Superbat is a cooler name. Superbat is awesome in my opinion, but he looks absolutely incredible. I love how there's even like the little stitching element going through, and it's really cool for me to reveal now a much better version, a much more highlighted, better resolutioned, I guess, version, not highlighted version. What am I talking about? Looks really neat. I love the poster that they made for this. I guess the real name of this particular character is Joseph Meach, and I'm not really sure who he is. He's the custodian of the Superman Museum, which is kind of interesting, I guess. I'm really not sure if this is based on a real comic book storyline or anything like that. I had never read anything, so I cannot comment on that matter. However, if you guys know, I would love to know in the comment section below, so let me know and use it down below. Alright, we then move on to Heatwave, who's gonna bring the heat, and if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. That's probably Heatwave's tagline or something, because he cooks apparently in my world. But nonetheless, of course, he looks pretty cool, pretty plain looking character. He almost looks like one of those characters that would be perfect as Grunt or something like that. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Cyclops actually because of the red visor and everything, but he does have obviously a flaming blaster, which is awesome, so that's pretty cool. So he's going to be kind of on par with, like, you know, characters like in LEGO Marvel superheroes. We had like I guess the Human Torch, like, who could fire, who could release a fire blast, or Ghost Rider or something like that. So I assume that will be the same, except this guy has got a blaster in hand to do so. So then we move on to another one of the characters that were, of course, in LEGO Batman 2, and that is Hush. In fact, I think it was even LEGO Batman 1, from what I recall. He doesn't look that much different, so I'm not sure what they did to him. I think that the torso looks a bit different, but the face seems pretty similar. The one thing that I do think looks different is the overall kind of like quality. I feel like they did a really tremendous job this year of making the figures look plasticky, which is perfect because, of course, it's based on Lego, so it works. So I think that that's something that I don't know what they did. Maybe there's some sort of texture put on the all the minifigures or something, but there's this like extra glossiness to them that definitely brings them to life in a much better manner, in my personal opinion. Again, I might not sound super duper pumped for Hush. That's just simply because he's a character that we've seen before, and he doesn't look that much different. Like, he's not revolutionary redesigned, so that's why. Speaking of characters that we have seen before, we've got Ra's al Ghul. Well, we haven't seen him, of course, in this form in other games, but this is, of course, Ra's al Ghul as he's seen in the Dark Knight pack, and he looks pretty neat. I will admit he's got a pretty cool armor, pretty cool blade in hand, and plus it allows me to pretend to be Liam Neeson, so I always love that, and that's always super duper fun, so yay, that'll be really fun to do. Next up after that, we move on to Vibe. Can you feel the vibe, guys? Because Vibe is here, and he is vibing along. He looks pretty neat. He actually looks a lot like a Robin, but I guess with the ability of ability? You see, I turned it into a ability because of the vibe. The V in Vibe turned it into a ability. But nonetheless, This guy looks neat. I really love the actual color of the sound wave vibrations that he creates. Those look really, really sweet. And I'm assuming he's going to be able to shatter like glass, like characters like Sonar Suit Superman, or maybe somebody like Black Canary or something like that. So I'm assuming because he's got vibrations and stuff, he'll be able to be one of the characters that destroys glass panels and stuff like that. So that should be pretty handy. He's going to be one of the characters that will be very, very handy in terms of the actual storyline and such. So then we move on to some pretty cool characters indeed. Another character that represents some awesome fire is of course the one and only Ronnie Raymond, aka Firestorm. I was very happy to see Firestorm. He looks awesome. I love that helmet. I love how the helmet has the helmet part and then there's a fire effect. It's so cool looking. I also love the fact that it seems like he's going to be able to fly or at least float, so that's absolutely fantastic, and I cannot wait to play as the one and only Firestorm. I seriously, he's one of my highly most anticipated characters now that I want to play as. He looks awesome, and I cannot wait. We then move on to the one and only, of course, the fourth world's finest fighter, channeling rage into useful force, apparently. He also uses Astro Harness for interspatial and interdimensional travel. He appeared in several episodes of Justice League, if you remember, or was it Justice League Unlimited? I can't quite recall now. But he's obviously the one and only Orion, who I always kind of treated in a very almost Thor-like manner. I know some people will get upset with me, but to me, he was kind of like the Thor of the DC universe, and I'm probably wrong to say that, but that's the representation I've had of him my entire life, and I don't think I could ever change it. But I do love the fact that he does come with a really cool Astro Harness, and it does look pretty sweet, so it's going to be really interesting to see how he plays, because of course it seems like he's got his hands on the blaster, on the harness, so do the attacks come out of the harness or something like that? Can he pop off the harness? Is it like a vehicle or not? So I'm very much looking forward to see how that will all come together in the game. Then we move on to the second to last, how could I forget? Second to last character, and that is The Question. Awesome reveal right here. The Question's a really, really cool character. Obviously, he's kind of like a detective-like character. He's very similar to, how would I put this without overstepping my boundaries? He's obviously kind of Batman-esque in terms of being a detective and such. Most of his stories are detective-like stories. I believe he did appear in something. I don't remember. Was it the Justice League that he appeared in, or was it the Batman animated show? I don't remember. I can't recall, but he's a really interesting character. Again, if you love detective stories like I do, then you definitely will find this character interesting. Yes, he does not have a face, and that's on purpose. That's the way he is always designed, so it's not like they forgot to put it into the picture or anything. But yeah, he's cool looking. Obviously pretty plain in terms of design. It's just a blue all-out kind of costume with a yellow t-shirt and then of course the blue hat. So not much to him from a design perspective, but it's just a really fun character to see appear in the game. And then we will end things off with the thing that I was most pleasantly surprised by, and that is Bane. If you know me, you know that I love Bane. I also really, really was pushing for Bane to be a big figure now in this iteration, and he looks incredible. He looks absolutely ridiculously awesome, and I love this before and after picture of him, of how he becomes the big figure and how cool that big figure is. I mean, it is insanely cool. Like, that is just really, really, really neat. I love that glossy effect, and I cannot wait to play as Bane versing against Batman. Should be super duper fun indeed. So, with all that being said, guys, there you have it. Of course, this will conclude another LEGO Batman 3 News update. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to hit that like button, share the video with your family and friends. Stay tuned for tons of content coming your way very, 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 very shortly. And as always, of course, guys, do not forget to have an absolutely fan-flipping-tastic day. I will indeed catch you guys next time. Peace out. See you laters, alligators. Bye-bye, guys.